Hello and welcome to round 6 of the Invictus Racing League Realistic Performance League. It's the reverse grid round this week, so the reverse grid of where we finished last week. So that means we're starting in P10 this week because, people who don't start get put at the back. So P10 after finishing P8 last week, I think. So yeah, as you can see, we're starting on the hards, hard to soft. I think from Monday I decided that was the best. And here on the formation lap, you can see we have to change our force feedback settings because for some reason every time I join a lobby it seems to change my force feedback settings. So yeah, just doing that on the formation lap, and it seemed to feel alright during the race. So yeah, as we move on to the grid now, our aims for this race, I'm not sure. As you can see, we're in the Williams, so the slowest car. So I'm not sure what to aim for, but I think, yeah, just got to use Harry's the other one in the Williams, so I've got to use him as a marker and see what we can do in comparison to him. So 5 red lights, come on. It's an okay start. It's never going to be that good on the hards. Take it easy as usual. A little bit of contact in turn 1 before we get through cleanly. No damage, still in P10 as we have Nitro Gash and the Ferrari on our outside. Great, nice and early, and Nitro hangs it around our right side and we lose the back end, and that lets the Renault through and Harry, so he's our marker. And he's already in front of us after starting quite a few positions behind. You can see the Ferrari and I think that was the Red Bull of Sab go off there, and then Maggot in the McLaren around our outside, so we're just losing positions everywhere. He's on the soft, so not much we can do about that. The hards on the Williams were terrible, just insane understeer. Which obviously you can expect in the Williams, but I wasn't quite ready for how understeery it was. But yeah, so from this point on I wanted to sort of hang with Harry, stay in the same DRS train with him and see what we could do. As you can see, Nightshades in the AlphaTauri comes past us. Again, not a lot we can do with him on the hards. The Williams also very slow on the straights, so yeah, it's quite hard to defend. As we go defensive here to the Mercedes behind us. So we're leaving space on the outside, and the Mercedes much faster than us on the straight, so again, don't fight it too hard. Starting on the hards, doing the alternate strategy, we just want to get the fastest race time possible, like what we did in Monza. So yeah, not fighting him too hard. Like I said, just want to stay in the same train as what Harry is, and sort of see what we can do in comparison to him. It's coming on to the end of lap 2. We're already falling away from Mercedes in front of us quite a lot. He's on the soft as we make a mistake into the last corner, bounce off the curb, run wide, and that lets the Haas of Roy boy through. So we've gone from 10th to 15th in the first 3 laps, even with 2 people crashing. Bando Biz goes off on the right, so up into 14th. But yeah, even with 2 people crashing on the first lap, lost 4 positions, so it's not ideal. But we're getting used to these bad starts by now. Let's come on to lap 4. The other AlphaTauri just carries way more speed through that corner on the softs and gets a good run on us. So again, we don't fight it too hard, it's just no point. Coming on to lap 5 now, you can see in front of us Roy Boy makes a move on Gareth in the Ferrari. You can see we have Sab right behind us, almost pushing us up here, and we do hold him up quite a bit, but I do use quite a lot of overtake. That wasn't anything to do with wanting to keep him behind, it was more just I wanted him to overtake me at a point where it wouldn't make us lose a lot of time, so I was just trying to be as quick as I could, and then when he gets past me, he gets past me. I'm not that bothered about keeping him behind, but I'm just trying to be as fast as I can. But coming into turn 1 on lap 6, we run wide, and so that gives him the perfect opportunity to get past me, which is fine. He's on the softs. Nothing would have been able to do about it anyway, so yeah, just he gets past. Then moving on to lap 7 now, so I've got past Gareth, so it's now Gareth in front of us, and Bando Biz is caught up after his spin a few laps earlier, and he's on the softs, and again just gets straight past. As you can see, we've already got a 3-second time penalty, just because I was not ready for the understeer, so I think I was overdriving the car quite a lot, running wide, and yeah, so 3 seconds already, which isn't good, and we're already down to P17 out of 19 in 8 laps after starting in 10th, so not a good start, but we are one of 3 people on the hards. I think it's me, Gareth and Harry, the only ones to start on hards, so we're not miles off the back of Harry, but yeah, not as close as we'd like to be. Let's move on to lap 10 now. Gareth's dropped out the DRS of Bando in front of him, so we get a good run out of turn 1. DRS, use a bit of overtake as well, and that's a pretty simple move. So now we just want to get our head down and just churn out the laps on the hards so we can pit for softs.
2.4 seconds.
Let's come on to lap 11 now.
Safety car deployed.
And
The safety car has been deployed.
safety car's out,
Watch your delta.
which is the perfect time for anyone who's starting on softs, because they'd have been pitting around this time anyway. So, and as you can see, Jeff recommends us a new strategy, and I thought, you know what, why not pit for softs now? Nothing to lose really. I'm already in 14th. I've already got a penalty. Let's put on some softs. Everyone else will be putting on hards, and those that started on hards won't be pitting. So why not see if we can make some overtakes? It's the opposite of what Harry was doing as well. So yeah, why not switch something up in the strategy and see if it pays off? Because you never know, there could be, I don't know, some incidents ahead of us as well that can help us on the softs. But yeah, so we should, when the safety car comes in, we should be quite a bit quicker than Harry, so if we can get past the cars in between us, then we might be able to catch up to him, and then yeah, then we'll be much closer than what we were if the safety car hasn't come out. But yeah, it's not ideal starting on hards, because all these guys have pretty much got a free pit stop that we haven't got. But yeah, we've got still a long way to go. Still a lot of things can happen as we nearly lose the car on safety car restart, which isn't the best way to do a restart. But yeah, so you can see Bando in front of us on the mediums, and then I think pretty much everyone in front of him is probably on the hards, hards or mediums. So yeah, we've got an opportunity to make some progress here. So we're going to be instantly aggressive right up behind Bando. Going to go for it around the outside. On the brakes a bit early. We try the cutback, but it doesn't work out for us. But we're going to get straight back on the overtake and go for it, because we've got to try and make moves as quick as we can if we want to catch up to Harry or Gareth, who's the other one who didn't pit. So yeah, we try it down his inside there and don't make it again. As you can see, the McLaren and AlphaTauri going side by side in front of Bando. It's Bando and the AlphaTauri now go side by side. We're going to try it. We've got no ERS left for this lap, but we're going to try it anyway down his inside into the penultimate corner, but that was never going to work. Too risky as well. That would have been a very easy way to spin out, so yeah, no point trying it. But yeah, we still have pace. You can see these guys are just going side by side everywhere, which isn't ideal for us. We want them to stay as close to Harry as they can, so that we can then catch him and have a go. So we look down the inside of Bando again, but just not committed enough. But yeah, I think Harry and Gareth are the ones that we're really racing now because of that safety car. Everyone else is essentially a pit stop ahead of us, which isn't good, but we've got to make the best of it. As you can see, 2 laps on the softs now, and we've not managed to make any progress as of yet, but the pace is looking promising on these softs. But just because these guys are fighting so hard, there's just nothing we can do. Let's come into the penultimate corner now. See, Bando tries it down the outside, he loses it, and oh, we go very close to his back end, and we make a bit of contact with the Haas of Moreno as we rejoin the track, but luckily no damage. Get a warning for collision, but yeah, so unfortunately we lost the position to Sab and Moreno there. So we've gone backwards since the safety car restart, which isn't good, but we've just got to get on with it as we get a good run on the Haas now. I'm going to look for a move up the inside, late on the brakes. He actually runs into the back of Sab, who's on the hards, so he loses a bit of his front wing. But it means we get the position, so we're not complaining. But now, yeah, we've got these guys up ahead are still battling. We've got to try and get past if we can, and just get our heads down. You can see here it's settled into a bit of a train. It's got a bit more consistent pace-wise. Sab misses his braking point. That's an easy opportunity for us as we get terrible traction out of there, but we've got the DRS, Sab doesn't, so we're going to send one up his inside here. It's a pretty easy move. We've got the grip on the soft, and these guys in front of us are going side by side again, so if they can stop, then we might be able to make some progress on the guys in front of us, as that maggot in the McLaren loses it, and the VSC is now out, so I've got to pit realistically. It's at a perfect point on the track to pit for mediums, but yeah, that pretty much ruins any advantage you had over Harry, but yeah, it's the right thing to do to pit. It's probably best in the grand scheme of things to have the VSC out now. It means we get not a free pit stop, but lost. It's reduced the time we lose, although we do have to double start behind Harry, so it's not a good stop, but yeah, in the overall race it's probably not. It's probably better to have the VSC then, but in comparison to Harry, it's not ideal. But as you can see on lap 23 now, we've caught up to the Mercedes on the hards. So we need to look at getting past him, and he was lagging a bit as well, so it's a bit sketchy being close, but luckily he pits on this lap. As you can see, Harry sets the fastest lap of 1:06.9, and he's on exactly the same tyres as us, and we set a 1:08.3, so quite a way off pace wise, but we did get held up in the last corner, but still. As you can see, coming on to lap 25, the AlphaTauri pass pits, so we move up into P11, and then coming into lap 29, Van Biz comes into the pits, so we're now somehow up into 10th with 7 laps to go. The AlphaTauri behind was very quick on his fresh softs. He set a few fastest laps while catching. As you can see now, he's close right up to the back of us. And here he goes for the move up the inside, and we leave him a car's width, but you can see in the rearview mirror he spins up our back end. At that time I thought it was my fault. I thought I hadn't left him enough room, but watching it back I did, and he did message him afterwards and say that it was his fault, so I'll go with that one. So we come on to the last lap now, and we've got Paul just in front of us. We're pushing so hard for the last few laps to try and catch Paul. I mean, he only has 3 seconds penalty, and we have 6, but still.
second.
for pride's sake, wanted to try and get in front of him, but yeah, 1.3 second gap with under a lap to go. It's not very realistic that we're going to get past him, but yeah, I was happy with how I drove in the Williams to come in the top 10. I mean, obviously there was quite a lot of bad luck for people, quite a few incidents, but we had quite a lot of bad luck as well with the timing of the safety cars, so I think P10 I can still be happy with it, and happy with how I drove as well, not just from a results point of view, but I feel like I drove well, or at least definitely making improvements race by race, feeling more confident. So yeah, it's P10 in the Williams, which I was happy with, finishing where we started, so yeah, good race. On to the next one, and yeah, thank you all for watching.